SAS, Who Dares Wins, and Middleton is absolutely bricking it right now. Now back here behind me is the Bishop's Great Chamber. Good morning everyone, how you doing? It's Paul here from Unusual Things. Now this morning we have come to Bishop Waltham Abbey, or Bishop Waltham's Palace as it's known as. There's the picture of it all. Opening times if you want to come up, and it's free, I believe. It's free, well I'm not paying for it anyway, let's go in. Okay, so there's not a lot here, but I'll show you and we'll just see if there's anything a bit weird, a bit unusual. But I was just driving past it on my way back from another location and I thought, do you know what? It's just something different, isn't it? And we don't always get to see these, and who knows how long these sorts of places are going to be around for. So we'll have a little look around, we can get the drone up, we will do, we'll have a good fly, we'll have a good look and a good nose. And yeah, I'll tell you some little bits that I know about it. I don't know a great deal about it. I haven't done any real research because, like I say, I just literally was driving past and I thought I'll stop there and have a look. So let's have a little gander, shall we? Don't forget, if you, I don't know where that come from. Don't forget, if you liked the video today, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell and you'll be notified when more videos come out. And I've got to say a massive, massive thank you and welcome to all our new subscribers. Always our existing ones, but we seem to be having a little influx again of new subscribers at the moment, so it's great, so thank you. Keep spreading the word, keep telling people about the channel. We do all sorts of different things, that's why it's got the umbrella of Unusual Things. Mainly we hang around cemeteries, churchyards, gravestones, scenes of crime, and of course beautiful places like that. What's left of it? Anyway, we'll crack on now. We'll have a look round, shall we? Okay, so the first thing we see is the gatehouse, but the only gate I see is the modern day entrance, but I'm assuming this was the old entrance into Bishop's Waltham's Palace. Here we go. The palace ruins seen from the west in 1773, image courtesy of Hampshire County Record Office. From the 12th century until the Civil War in the 1640s, this was a residence of the Bishop of Winchester. Its size and grandeur was comparable to many royal palaces. During the Civil War, the palace was held for the king but surrendered to parliamentary forces in 1664. Shortly afterwards, it was described as being in ashes. The bishops recovered their property after the restoration of the monarchy in 1660, but they never lived here again. Instead, the building was robbed of materials to repair Winchester residence Wolseley Palace. Parts of the palace were demolished and it sank into a state of picturesque decay, except for the part of the North Lodging Range, which was adapted into a farmhouse. Oh, we're going to have a look. I won't read all of it, but you can have a pause if you want to. There we go. And there's there's Lord Cunningham, who kept his geese here. I don't know how they're faring out these days. But as you can see, there's like a little stream or a river. Doesn't look like it's flowing much, so it looks like more like stagnant water. It says there deep water, but I'm not going to go and try and find out today. I have no reason to. I'm not in the mood for swimming, but actually this is bigger than what I thought it was. Look, it opens right up. Come on, let's be nosy. We like being nosy, don't we? Paul never learns. Wet shoes yet again on a nice sunny day. I'll tell you what though, parking was a nightmare outside. Right, here we go. Let's go up in here. Now this area here was the service rooms, and it was the area at the end of the Great Hall, which was divided into 3 by timber partitions, with a pantry for serving bread, buttering, serving wine, and a passageway in between them. The passage ran through to the larger space in which we are standing now, and this is where the food was served. Okay, and here's the Great Hall, look. Here's a artist's sort of reconstruction. The Great Hall was the heart of the medieval palace. It was originally built in the late 12th century. The one recognisable feature from this period is the row of blind arches in the far wall, which is here, okay. They would have drawn attention to the dais below it, and the bishop sat here with his chief guests. So imagine all the people that sat here along this wall. In the medieval household, the lower servants slept where they worked, so it was likely that many would have bedded down for the night. So you think about it, all the people that not only were here as guests, people of importance at that time, but not only that, the servants that lived in these quarters, you know. It's amazing, isn't it? This is far bigger than I thought it would be. It really is. It's a lot bigger. Looks like we've got to go down here. Do you know what? I always get excited when I see something that goes down there, like a well or something like that. Oh, they parked their car there. That's where I wanted to park. Sorry, easily distracted as always. Okay, so we've come into this part of the building. Look how high this goes behind me, and you've really got to use your imagination. Imagine being somewhere like this. If it was modern day but built up, it would be a mansion, wouldn't it? It would be huge. It would be so big. But also, I'd like to imagine it with the historic furniture and, of course, the decorations, how things were in those days, not modern days. I wouldn't want to see like a flat screen TV on the wall, something like that. But when you look at a place like this, and you think, what's happened here? What's gone on in this building? What's the real history behind it? You know, I like to get in and know, but it's one of those things, unless you really dig deep, which I don't do on this channel, you know that, I haven't got time to. But if this is something that really interests you and you're aware of it or you know about it, leave it in the comments below, because I love to hear anyone else's knowledge, because I'm just coming here, I'm just like the tour guide that has a little bit which I'm picking up as I'm going along. But you guys, you know, you're the ones that can do all the homework on this. Let's carry on and have a look round, shall we? It's like the most unconventional staircase. Ugh. Nice noise, Paul. Right. Okay, so here we are in the West Tower now. This tower, marking the southwest corner of the main palace, dates from the 12th century. It was altered in the 14th century, and the top floor was added by Cardinal Beaufort in 1406. It housed the bishop's private apartments. So there you go. That's where you keep your bishop, up in the air. Amazing. Typical. Battery's just about run out, which is left in the car, spare one, miles away. I would really love to get the drone up over here though. SAS Who Dares Wins, and Middleton is absolutely bricking it right now. Now back here behind me is the Bishop's Great Chamber, which is the area that we saw earlier on, where they had all the tables and of course the arches in the wall and things like that, and that's obviously where he used to host his guests. Now I just want to go back down here. I'll tell you why, because I've clocked a word that catches my attention, and the medieval cellar steps. Right, okay, so obviously I'm assuming it was a lot deeper than this, but imagine what, you know, what went on in the cellars. Was it just a place that they kept stocks, as in stocks of food and wine, maybe even other stocks, you know, they put people in? Or was it a place of torture? Was it a place of secrecy? You know, a lot of bishops back then had a lot of secrets that they kept, especially if they was in, especially if they were in conflict with any other people at all. Amazing, love it. And then over here we've got a bench which says 1415 to Agincourt 1600 2015 on it. And let's come around this part. This looks a bit interesting. This looks like the sort of thing where if you had a really big garden, you'd have a nice fire pit with some seats sat around it. It looks like an entertaining sort of area. I can't see any signs whatsoever for this to let us know what it is. Lo and behold, here we go. The chapel. The sunken area to your right is a 12th century crypt built as part of a chapel for Bishop Henry of Blois in 1416 to 1417. Cardinal Beaufort replaced the upper stage of this chapel with a new one, the foundations of which can be seen here on your left. Okay, so here's the new foundations, and obviously that's the original part there. This is good because I'm learning stuff as well, only via the signs, not via my knowledge. Right, let's come over here. Now this part where we are now is the brew house and the bake house, and all major households baked their own bread and brewed their own beer. Their fermentation process in beer making killed any bacteria whatsoever, and it made beer such a safer option than to drink any of the water that they had back then, which obviously wasn't purified in any way, shape or form. Now this wing was built by William of Wickenham between 1378 and 1381. I'm going to have a little look up here. Again, nice big area, room with a view, look. Imagine that, like back in the old days in the 1300s. You look out the window and you see a modern building like that. You'd be thinking, what on earth, wouldn't you? Anyway, let's have a little look out here. We won't go and disturb those lovely people. And we'll just have a little look over here as well. And another bench there, Agincourt 600, 1415 to 2015. Wow. Okay, so here we have the lodgings. This house originally formed part of a range of lodgings built for Cardinal Beaufort, 1438 to 1443. Reconstruction showing the lodging range, which is here. There we go. So there we have it, Bishop Waltham's Abbey. What a beautiful historic place. I really like that. It was a great little walk around, and I'm so glad they got the signs up because I don't have the knowledge of this place and the history. So as you could tell, I was reading it out to you. The weather looks okay. I'm going to get back to the car. We're going to get the drone out, so stay tuned. Don't go anywhere yet. We're going to get some drone footage of this beautiful place. And then we'll finish off on that. So I'll say thank you as always for watching. Don't forget, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, give it a like, hit the notification bell, all the rest of it. Enjoy the drone footage. I've just had a fly drone land on my head. I either eat them or they land on my big forehead. Yeah, so enjoy the drone footage, and I'll see you all on the next one. Take it easy.